Hello, everybody. It's Carmela. I'm here to talk about the mindset on today. So I'm excited about this topic. So jump on, say hello, share the broadcast with a CEO that you know could use a little bit of encouragement, a business owner that you know, an author, just anybody that you know that could use a little bit of encouragement. I encourage you to tag them in this video, inbox this video to them, share this video on your broadcast. I love coming on and doing this is how I give away my free content, right? So it'll be done right here on this page or on my YouTube channel. So I'll come on here and share with you. So make sure you say hello. And I'm just updating this privacy setting so that you will be able to comment and I can see everything. All right. I think we're all set. Y'all say hello in the comments so that I can see you and make sure that everything is coming over the way it should be. I think it is. Yes, it is. All right. Hey, Linda, I'm so sorry for your loss. We're praying for you and for your family during this time. Thank you for joining me on tonight. Hey, Miss Geneva. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I know you, back to Miss Linda, you lost your brother. So the entire community is praying for you. We love you. Miss Geneva, thank you for jumping on with me tonight. We're going to be talking about the mindset of an entrepreneur is real important, y'all. Our thoughts will make or break our business. So anytime you see me going live, you know I'm going to be talking about how we're losing money in our business. It's kind of funny because let me just say this. My name is Carmela Williams, for those of you who may not know me. And I am I like to call myself an expert in the area of leadership training and development. I've been studying leadership now for over 5 years. I eat, sleep, and breathe leadership. I can watch cartoons and give you a whole leadership scenario. But in the midst of COVID, I found my niche in the middle of that, which is working with small business owners, helping you to expand your business and take your business to the next level. One of the things that I faced as a small business owner was not knowing where to go, just trying to figure it out. And it took me almost 2 years to figure out how to get my contracts in place, how to get my quotes together, how to have discovery calls, which is getting qualified leads, how to get doors open for me in the corporate sector where people will take me seriously. How to get all my pricing in just right. Pricing is a really big thing that I focus on with small business owners is we don't price based. We don't trade dollars for hours. We do value based pricing. So I really dig into pricing with my clients to make sure that they are providing a value to their customers and that the people that they work with will receive more than what they pay for. I was talking with one young lady the other day and just reminding her that your clients can afford your prices. When people haggle with you about your prices, they just may not be ready to be your client yet. And you got to be okay with that. And you got to be okay with saying, you got to be okay with releasing them. And what I do is I encourage people to get into my free group. So if they need complimentary services for a while so they can kind of try before they buy, then we do that in my free group. You can do that right here on my page, on my Instagram account. I give away a lot of free content. And so it's there for you if you need it and you want to try it before you buy it. We had one young lady that said she joined the class that we had last week on Saturday. And she said the reason she joined because from the 5-day training that I did where I gave away different tips each day, we talked about value-based pricing and how people perceive your products, matter. So look who's here with me. Say hey. Hi. Say hi. Hi, Tia. Say hi. Hi, Mama. Now go back in there with mommy. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. You got to go back in there with mommy. I love it. So I'm a grandmama, right? So my grandbabies are over. So yeah, you can close the door, Key. Not this one, that one, to the kitchen. So my grandbabies are old. Okay, so we were talking about value-based pricing on one of my trainings. And so in that, she said what she did was she went and shifted her prices. And when she shifted her prices closer to her competitors' prices, people started buying the product. How people perceive you matters, right? You don't want them to think that you offer the cheap product. You never have to be the cheapest. Keep that in mind. You never have to be the cheapest. You just need to be the best. Somebody drop that in the comments for me. I don't have to be the cheapest. I just need to be the best. And listen, if you would pride yourself on being the best, people will pay for your services. Because what'll happen, let me tell you what'll happen before we get into this mindset. What'll happen is they will steal your pictures and try to go and get somebody else to do what it is that you do. And then it's going to be mediocre. And guess what? They're going to end up coming back to you anyway. Ask me how I know. I've done this before. I did this with, I remember we had a big event that we were going to, and I went to a new hairstylist for that event. I don't know why I went to the new hairstylist. Maybe it was cheaper. I think somebody had got in my ear. Somebody else was saying you pay too much or something of that nature. And I hated my hair. My husband didn't like it. I didn't like it. And so I got on the phone with my hairstylist, and guess what I did? I said, I'm so sorry. I went to somebody else trying to save money, but I need for you to fix my hair, because we had a huge event that night. And guess what? I paid 2 people to do my hair. After that, I learned the lesson. I'm going to pay the one that I know can do it, and not the one that I want to do it like the one that I don't want to pay. Does that make sense? So you be that in your business. You set your prices, and you know that the people, your clients can afford your prices no matter what they are. You don't need to be the cheapest. You just need to be the best. And when you get that in your spirit, it changes the game. It really does change the game for you. All right, here we go. I'm going to share 3 things with you tonight, and I'm jumping off here. Number 1, we're talking about tonight, the thoughts that cause you to lose money. Your mind, the thought process that we have. And we're going to be talking about the thought life for the next couple of days. I'll be back on tomorrow, and I'll be on Saturday. We're going to be talking about the thought life. The first one is the thought that says it's taking too long. The thought that says it's taking too long. Drop that in the comments. It's taking too long. We have to deal with that thought, because if you don't address that and cast it down, you will walk away from your dreams. So the thought that says it's taking too long. Let me ask you this. What if it took you 3 years to hit 6 figures in your business? Would it be worth the wait? What if it took you 4 years to hit 6 figures in your business? Would it be worth the wait? What if it took you 5 years or 7 years? Would it be worth the wait? The answer is yes. It'll be worth the wait, because you're not going to make that kind of jump on your job. You're not going to make that kind of jump in business working for somebody else. You are worth it. So you have to take the thought that says it's taking too long, and you have to cast it down and say, no, I'm worth it. I'm worth the investment. I'm worth the time that it takes to build this. Because guess what? You could be a flash in the pan. My husband used to tell me that, and I didn't really understand it. He would say, baby, you don't want to be a flash in the pan. He'd be like, you don't want to be a flash in the pan. Well, what is a flash in the pan? A flash in the pan is that when you put, if you got grease in a pan and you put some water in it, it goes shh, and it die out. In music, we know them as one-hit wonders. So you can come in and create a whole lot of buzz and disappear just as quickly as you came in. And so you don't want to be that type of flash in the pan. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to be a flash in the pan where your business does not have longevity. You don't want to be the type of person where we see you this year and then your business gone next year, or your business does good for 1 or 2 years and then you just drop off and nobody sees you. So you have to deal with the thought that says it's taking too long. If it says it's taking too long, you deal with that, and you deal with that thought by saying, no, I'm worth the investment. I'm worth the investment of time. If it takes you 5 years to get your business off the ground and for your business to blow up to the level that you want to blow up, you're worth that wait. It's not taking too long. You are building something. You're building something that's going to last. See, when you build a house, you build it brick by brick. It's different than the house built by straw or the house that's built by sticks. If you build a house brick by brick, it takes a little bit more time to build it for it to be sustainable. But once it's there, it is there and it is solid. And you have the systems in place. You understand who it is that you serve. You understand your clients. Your clients understand you. You're not intimidated by reaching out to different people. It's all a part of the process. Just like Geneva said, I'm worth the investment. You're worth the investment of time. Number two, the second thought that we have to make sure that we deal with is, I don't have time. I don't have time. Be real careful with this thought of I don't have time. Because if you don't have time for your business, what is that saying about you? Somebody drop that in the comments so I can have it up on my screen. I don't have time. That's the thought that we must deal with. And you deal with any negative thoughts that the enemy brings to you about your business by casting it down with the word of God, and you move forward with action. Action, action, action. Not more planning, not more thinking, not just praying, but action. You have to take action. Number two is, I don't have time. I don't have time. There it is. I don't have time. This thought right here, I don't have time, will keep you from moving forward. What I don't have time will do, if you work a full-time job and then you work in your business on the side, I don't have time will tell you that you are tired. I don't have time will tell you that my kids need me. I don't have time will tell you my husband needs me. I don't have time will tell you I need to be working on this or I need to be working on that. And you will give everything to everybody else and give yourself and your business and your dreams leftovers. And usually what happens as women, we don't even give leftovers. We give nothing. And so we just take our dreams and we put it on the shelf and we say, well, maybe this is just not the right time. So I'll get back to this when my kids are all grown. I'll get back to this when my health improves. I'll get back to this when I can come off my job, not knowing that you can't come off your job until you get to this, right? I don't have time will rob you of your dreams. I don't have time is real tricky, because what I don't have time really means, what it really means is that it's not valuable yet, because we have time for what we value. Think about that. Think about that. We have time for what we value. So that first thought that we're dealing with, let me go back up to it as we do our recap, is it's taking too long. It's taking too long. All three of these things will rob you in your business. But you got to know that if it takes you 3 years or 5 years to build a solid, sustainable business, then it's worth every second. I am worth the investment. You have to say that to yourself every single day. The second thought that the enemy brings to you to try to get you off track is, I don't have time. And I don't have time means that you don't value your business yet. You want to give your business leftovers. And you just have to be so careful with this, because if it's really a dream of yours and you put it on the back burner for relationships and things of that nature, you'll end up resenting those things that you love. It's not that you don't have time. You don't have time management. You don't have a schedule in place. You don't have a system in place. You do have time. The time that you spend scrolling on social media, the time that you spend watching TV, yes, you need downtime. Don't get me wrong, but you got to schedule in your time. Take your time back. It's not that you don't have time to work your business. You don't have effective time management practices, and so your business suffers. Don't allow your dream to die because you feel like everybody got to be perfect and everything in your life got to be perfect before you move to the next level. Don't do that, because you'll end up resenting people and things. We have time. I'm coming. We have time for what we value. All right. And the third thought that we have to make sure that we take captive and cast down is the thought that says, should I be doing this? This thought don't always come in the very beginning. Because sometimes in the very beginning, you're so excited and you put your business together and you begin to, things will start moving. You get a few sales. In the beginning, everybody is supporting you because they're excited and you're exciting. But business is about ebbs and flows, right? So sometimes you're up high. Sometimes sales are really good. Sometimes there's a dip in sales. Sometimes support is really good. And sometimes people are quiet. Sometimes you can do a live to sell your service and your products and everybody is there. Sometimes you do it and nobody's on but you. And so the enemy will use these thoughts to try to tell you, see, you shouldn't have started this business anyway. You knew they were not going to support you. This thought that says, should I do this? Somebody drop that in the comments. Should I do this? Should I do this? So I can pull it up. I want you to see it. When you hear that thought in your mind, you got to take it captive. How do you speak back to that thought that says that you shouldn't be doing it? Well, you speak back to that thought by taking action and by reminding yourself of why you got started. This is my why. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this to pay your bills? Are you doing this to pay for your kids' college? Are you doing this to pay for truck payments? Why are you doing it? And so when you are crystal clear about why you're doing what it is that you're doing, then you can take this thought right here, captivity. Should I do this? Yes, I should be doing this because this is what God has called me to do. Yes, I should be doing this because my family benefits from it. Yes, I should be doing this because I'm leaving a legacy for generations to come. Yes, I should be doing this because I was created for this. Yes, I should be doing this. You have to take these thoughts captive. See, a lot of times we're battling with thoughts in our mind that nobody else knows about the battle. Nobody else knows about the battle. I'm not talking about people talking about you. I'm not talking about negative press about your business. I'm talking about the battle that happens in your mind. And if you don't know why you're doing it, this third thought will take you out. Nobody has to say anything. You'll do something one day, you'll set your goal for that week and you fall so short of your goal, the enemy will say, I don't know why you're doing this anyway. You know, this ain't the business for you. This is the wrong timing. You need to wait until your kids are grown. You need to wait until your marriage is better. You need to wait until this happens. You need to wait until that happens. Yes, I should be doing this. Yes, this is my time. Yes, this is my season. Yes, I'm going to the next level. Yes, I'm leaving an inheritance for my children's children. You have to take authority over these thoughts, all three of them. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, I'm going to be talking about the thoughts that we deal with in our mind that will cause us to close our business. I ain't talking about the people not supporting you. I'm talking about how the enemy will get in your ear, and some well-meaning person will allow the enemy to use them and plant that seed in you. If you don't have confidence about who you are, what God has called you to do, who he has called you to serve in business as an entrepreneur, it is a calling. If you are confident about those things, when these thoughts come, and they will, you can take them captive and move your business to the next level. You can move your business to the next level. It's not enough for you to do bare minimum and have a mediocre business. We don't even deal in mediocrity. The reason you can't have a mediocre business is because small businesses fail within 12 months of starting. So we're not building mediocre businesses. We're not building hobbies that hobbies are something that we do every now and then. We do when we feel like it. We do when we feel like we're getting the support that we need. No, you're building a business. You're building a legacy. When you're building a legacy, you show up when nobody else shows up. When nobody else shows up, you show up. I share with y'all that story about a friend of mine who had sold tickets for their event. People bought the tickets. So they had the room set up. They had the PowerPoint projectors set up. They had the books, the workbooks for the participants set up. Everything was set up. Do you know how many people showed up? 0. Nobody showed up for his workshop, even though they paid for it. Do you know what they did? They had the workshop anyway. They said they did that workshop as if every seat in there was filled. Now they're multiple six-figure earners in their business and in their industry. But that first one, nobody showed up. He said he realized he was good at selling tickets. People would buy stuff from him, but nobody wanted to hear what he had to say. What I'm asking you tonight is, will you show up in your business if nobody else shows up? You got to be willing to do that for you. And when you can do that for you, then you can take authority over those thoughts. When the enemy comes to say, should I be doing this? You can say, yes, I should be doing this. When the enemy comes and what's the second one? I'm trying to get back to it and say, you don't have time. You can say, I do have time. And you can create the time in your calendar. When the enemy comes and says, it's taking too long, you can say, no, if it takes me 3 years to build this thing, I'm going to build it right. I'm going to build it with integrity, and I'm going to build it to last. I'm going to build the business that I can either sell or leave as an inheritance to my children. That's the type of business that I'm building. Are you building the kind of business that you can either sell somebody that want to buy it, or you can leave as an inheritance to your children? You got to take authority over your thought life as an entrepreneur. And so those are my 3 things that I want to share with you on tonight. They are, it takes too long. It's taking too long. I don't have time. And should I be doing this? Tomorrow night, I'll be sharing with you 3 more thoughts that you need to take into captivity so that you can be successful in your business. Now, next weekend, I have another workshop coming up. The workshop coming up that weekend, we're going to be talking about 10 ways you're losing money in your business and how to correct it. And so I'm going to give you the 10 things you're doing wrong, and I'm going to give you 10 things to do to correct it. Now, I can't remember the last time I did a $39.99 class, but I just refuse to do free because I give free all the time right here, and it's good, valuable content. I encourage you, if you're trying to figure out if you want to work with me and you want to be in my programs and invest at higher levels in the program, invest the $39.99. You're worth it. It's a business expense. You're worth the expense. I promise you, when you get in that class, and I'm going to show you those things, I'm going to show you what you need to do to correct it, you will realize that all of my classes are worth $500 or higher. You're going to get it for $39.99. I promise you that it's going to be valuable content, because I think that your time is valuable. And so I wouldn't dare waste your time. But if you would get in this class and you would invest in yourself, you will see that even from those 10 tips, your business will shift. Just like I told you in the very beginning, the young lady, she watched the free training that I did on how perceived value matters, that people can perceive your product or your service as cheap if you're offering a custom service, not a manufactured product. But if you're offering a custom product and a custom service, people can perceive it as cheap. And if they perceive it as cheap, it can negatively affect your business. And she shared with the team on how she went in and adjusted all her prices closer to her competitors' prices, because she realized she didn't have to be the cheapest. And then sales just started coming in, because perceived value matters. So when you get in this course for $39.99, it's my gift to you, really. The $39.99 lets me know that you're serious, so that you can invest something. You can have some skin in the game. But I'm really just giving it to you. For $39.99, I'm not going to be playing with you. I'm going to really give you 10 ways that we're losing money in our business, and the 10 ways that you can shift it. Male or female can jump in this course. It's 2 times. There's a 9 a.m. class, and then there's a 12 o'clock p.m. class. It's 90 minutes. It's going to be about 45 minutes of just straight content. 30 minutes, about 20 minutes of Q&A, and then we'll do introductions in the beginning. 15 people can get in session 1, and 15 people can get in session 2. I kind of like to keep my classes intimate so that I can see what your needs are and make sure that I have time to answer your questions. So if you need a referral, I have plenty of testimonials posted on my page. I have people you can even talk to them. You can ask them questions. I don't have to be there. I don't have to filter it, because I'm confident that the services that I'll provide for you will be valuable to you. You'll be able to immediately apply it into your business, and you'll be able to get the ball rolling if you're willing to do the work. I believe that with everything in me. So listen, I will be back on tomorrow night. I'll be back on tomorrow night. And I will be sharing with you 3 more things from the mindset perspective. You are what you feed your mind. And that's the word right there. That is a great way to sum it up. Shay has been in one of my programs, and I'm so excited to be working with this CEO right here. Is absolutely amazing. I think one of the other ladies is on here as well. Let me pull her up so you can see her. These 2 ladies right here, I stand behind them, and I stand behind their work, and I stand behind their services, because I know their character and I know the type of building that they are, the type of business they are building. Stephanie and Shalapria. You should check them out. Check out their business pages. See what they're doing. You'd be really, really surprised, because everybody that God connects me with is winning, and we're winning on purpose. I love y'all, and have a great night.